whothatdaily.com. That's right, the whothatdaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, the whothatdaily.com is your site. The whothatdaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Big Q from the Sports Coma. Much love to the family members. Appreciate y'all. The PRO Media Network is back at it again. Last year, we gave away several PS4s and games. So this year, we're raffling off a PS5. To enter for your chance to win, simply click the link below and fill out all the necessary information to be eligible. Sign up for the raffle. It's $25 to enter. You gain an opportunity to win a system, the PS5 system. Like I said, it's a one remote and everything in it that goes with the full system. These things are hard to come by. It could be yours. Into the raffle today, $25 get you in. There's also a deal when you buy more than one ticket to up your chances of winning. Jump in there. It also benefits the platform as well. So feel free to sign up for the first annual PS5 raffle from the Pro Media Network. Thank you for participating and much love. Big ups to you.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or Fly. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
You did not want to play. And some of the mistakes that we've seen that we saw him make yesterday, that we never see Aaron Rodgers make. Aaron Rodgers is so careful with that football. And he was throwing the football around and being a little loose with it. But the whole team played bad, too, now. That defense, I mean, we'll talk about it, but the Saints went up and down the field.
Let me get a bit specific because I want to lean back on you with your football expertise. First of all, let me get something out of the way first. We all know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's a bad man.
He's a bad man.
You know how I feel about him. That was the most atrocious performance of his career. He was so awful. Yeah. He was so awful that embarrassing doesn't even begin to describe. And I'm going to say something that I don't say about too many professional athletes. And I'm certainly not accusing as if I know definitively this is true. I'm just talking about, the optics, how it looked. It looked like he didn't care. He looked like he did not give a damn about how he played or how this outcome ended up being. He looked a bit lackadaisical, a bit laid back. He should have. It was the most shameful performance of Aaron Rodgers' career. To throw the ball, he threw the ball behind Davante Adams one time and got it picked off by Audubon. I believe that's how he's Paulson Audubon. I believe that's how he pronounces his name, okay? Then he flings up the football. He threw it behind Davante Adams for the first interception, overthrew somebody else when he got intercepted by Marcus Williams, okay? It was, and then to sit up there and to take offense, because that's how it seemed. Yeah. When he talked about, when Matt LaFleur came back and talked about how embarrassed we were, it was embarrassing because Davante Adams was on the record in the press conference prior to the game talking about, this is the most motivated we may have ever been. We are hyped. We ready to go to season. So we got that issue. Right. But as bad as Aaron Rodgers looked, and it was atrocious, equally as bad is Matt LaFleur. And I'm going to tell you why. The entire team looked ill-prepared. Ill-prepared, number one. And number two, remember, they were a top team, looked ill-prepared. Ill-prepared, number one. And number two, remember, they were a top 10 defense last year.
Yeah.
Top 10 against the pass, top 10 overall. Matt LaFleur replaces Mike Patton as your defensive coordinator. You bring in Joe Barry, who didn't have the greatest resume in Detroit, who didn't have the greatest resume in Washington as a defensive coordinator. Why the hell is he your defensive coordinator? Because their defense didn't look that great either.
They passed up on Ryan Nielsen.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. That's what I saw.
Matt,
was bad.
so much.
Okay, let's pause it right there with Stephen A. Smith, as he is, as you can see, he's a very unhappy person. As his hair continues to run away from his face. This is something we're gonna do today. I opened up the stream with these with the bozos, the clown bunch, because I got a few videos that I'm gonna play for the family members. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank all of the great Saint Think Tank for chiming in this episode. I just want to say I appreciate you guys. I had a blast yesterday's stream. Over 5 or 6 hours, I forget, of broadcasting on the day. We did the damn thing. So I'd like to salute the great Saint Think Tank and the Who Dat Nation, the Black and Gold Nation, the best nation of professional football, baby. We in the building. Like I've been saying sometime, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, educated, well, I messed up. Intense, educated, and enlightened sports talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q chiming in this thing. And what's got me choked up is the fact that the entire narrative, now I'm just categorizing and logging this for the show's record and putting it on the record, putting it on the file before the great Saint Think Tank court, is that we're showing the obvious bias. Now, we know it exists, but I'm providing the proof to the family members to let them know that these guys have an agenda. Now, and I showed different news networks, different shows. I'm going to go over about 4 of them and show you the obvious bias. What they just showing. Aaron Rodgers had a bad game. You heard Stephen A. Smith all up in his feelings, his hair running away from his face. The reality is there was somebody out there on that field that was playing against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers that made him look like that. So the story is not how good the Saints had played, baby. The story is how bad Aaron Rodgers played. Do you get it? Do you get it? Now you know where there's a sports coma. We've been saying it for some time. It's agenda-driven. It's shameful. It's atrocious. It's absolutely disgusting to the epic levels that you need to give Jameis his suit. Not go on a rants about how bad Aaron Rodgers played. You know why Aaron Rodgers and them look like that? Aaron Rodgers were practicing and they were doing good in their preseason performance. They are a very good team. Expect them to improve as the season go on, because in my opinion, if they're not the best in their division, they're up there, and they should have won it in terms of when they get to their division. But they should have been much of a threat to the Saints. You know why they didn't? They look like that because the Black and Gold Saints smacked their ass down. He can't even even pronounce the guy's damn names. Adebo. Who the hell is Adebo? It's a Debo, you hairless jackass. And then the bottom line is also this, is that they complained about the defensive coordinator by the way they went and got Joe Barry and passed up Ryan Nielsen for the job, whose defense crushed Aaron Rodgers yesterday. They don't bring any light into anybody else. And then Michael Irvin is so suspect ass Michael Irvin is another guy that just sits up there and negotiates for Aaron Rodgers, and they sit up there and kiss their asses. That's why I'm so happy there's a sports coma and many other family members out there that are keeping it real on the Saints talk, because we are the network. The hell with these bastards. But I'm just putting it out there for the show's record, because these little videos will disappear offline and they'll pretend like it never occurred. And I can go back to them and say, listen, I played you. I heard what you said. Now, listen, I got a full show today, family. I'm going to get right on up into this thing. We're going to be with you for the next summation of an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I got to get through every last one of these things. But we're going to get back to Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin making excuses. Then we're going to go on to some more jackasses and hear their rhetoric as well. And we'll go right into the stories. Here we go.
Matt LaFleur can control now. Now he can try to get a team ready. But what I saw looked like a team that spent all of the whatever training camp they had talking about what went on in the offseason instead of talking about what they need to do this season. And that looked like that was a problem. So I don't know how Matt LaFleur can get in the middle of that if those things are going on in the locker room and he's not in the locker room.
I also want to say, too, that pass rusher was all over him. He didn't have the greatest protection.
Molly.
They couldn't run the ball either.
Thank you, Molly.
I do agree. He looked atrocious, but I just need to say that in his defense. But I want to
Not in his defense, Molly. Not in his defense, Molly. The defense of the Saints made Aaron Rodgers look like that. It wasn't the fact that he didn't come to play. The Saints defense flustered them. They were pass rushing in his face damn near every drive, punching him and knocking his ass on the ground. Flailing their hands at his balls being thrown. He had to adjust and make weird throws, sidearm throws, action that usually work for him. And don't mention the fact that the defense was getting the pass rush and they were dropping. And I told you, this is what it looks like. Football 101, when you on a defensive side, get rushed with your front four and drop everybody else in coverage, it's going to be a tough day for any quarterback. If you're rushing 4 and beating their 5, you're going to win the game as your linebackers drop into coverage. Now, listen, this was also the thing. The Saints neutralized the Green Bay Packers offense. They could not run the ball, and they put the pressure on Aaron Rodgers while putting the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. So that's the missing component of what you bastards are not getting from ESPN because you're fitting the narrative. You're playing agenda games as opposed to telling the truth. It's all about Aaron Rodgers having a bad game. He had a bad game because the Saints knocked the piss out of him. They flustered them, frustrated them, constantly pressured them, and then dropped back in the coverage, covered up his passing lanes, took a lot of his comfortable-ass wide receivers out of the way. That's what happened with the black and gold Saints. That's what happened. And even when the Saints pinned them back into their goal line, the Saints rushed 3 defensive linemen, dropped everybody else into coverage, and still got pressure on them. It was not a case of Aaron Rodgers not being prepared. It was a case that the offensive line lost the battle against the Saints defensive line. That's what happened. But see, these people are so just so disagreeably honest and so agenda driven. They suck. They stink. Turn off your goddamn teleprompters and tell the truth. My bad. You'll never do that. You're too stupid to even formulate thoughts without the teleprompters. So stupid and so biased. It's just disgusting. It makes me sick. Especially Stephen A. Smith's stupid looking ass. All right, let's move on to Skip Skeletor Bayless and his rhetoric. It's all the same. Now, these are different networks. And listen to the spiel. Here goes Skeletor.
The point is, it was arguably the worst game of Aaron Rodgers' career. It was the worst beating he's ever taken in his career. 38-3. Ooh. He was 0 of 7 on third down. That's incomprehensible to me. 0 of 7 on third down.
Yeah, that'll get you beat.
Hey, Skeletor, you know why he was why he was that bad on 7 down? Because the Saints was in his face, Skeletor. Let's hear it.
He had the single worst QBR of the entire week 1. This is the reigning MVP.
And he ain't raining nothing. We were raining down on him. This is what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. But when the Saints took the field, they made him look like a third down quarterback because there was nowhere to go with the ball. He was constantly being pressured. You took away Aaron Jones' rushing attack, and all they do is sit up here and talk about he had a bad game. No, fam. It's cause and effect. The cause why he looked stupid and terrible is because the Saints put that pressure on him and pressure bust pipes, baby.
Scale of 0 to 100 had a QBR of 13.5, the worst of all those kid quarterbacks, all the Max and even the Tua and the Zach and the Trevor Lawrence. This was the lowest.
Oh, he had that Chamberlain, huh? He had that Will Chamberlain, that 13.
He had number 13. He did. And the point was to me that they didn't show up because he didn't show up. And it was clear.
No, let's stop it. Let's stop it. He didn't show up because the Saints would not let him show up. Let's get this understood in the black and gold Saints Church of Truth. Let's get it straight, great Saint Think Tank. Let's get it straight, Who Dat Nation.
The bottom line is why he didn't show up. Aaron Rodgers came to play. Best believe that. Don't believe the hype from Skip Skeletor, Bayless, and all these other bozo chump scumbag agendarists. The reality is that Aaron Rodgers came to play. He came to play, and so did the Green Bay Packers. The only problem was that the Saints came to play better. And when you showed up, we dominated the line of scrimmage defensively and offensively. They had nowhere to go. You basically wiped them out. It's like a fighter coming into a fight to fight, and he's been training for weeks, getting ready for the fight, and then the other guy doing the same thing. You know what separates the fighters? It's this. It's heart, baby. It's heart. It's heart. That's the bottom line. That's what separates them two guys when they got out there. When the Saints got out there and the Packers got out there, they prepared and had preseason just like the Saints. Hey, hell, they had one more game than the Saints. The Saints had a preseason game removed from them and still went out there and beat them. You know why, fam? Heart. Heart is a big difference. It's all the difference. If you got heart and the will to dominate, you're going to beat your opponent 8 ways from Tuesday every goddamn time you get on that field. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. But you won't hear Skip Skeletor Bayless talk about heart. You won't only he'll give excuses about Aaron Rodgers didn't come to play, Q. Aaron Rodgers didn't come. No. Stop it, Skeletor. He came to play. It's just the Saints came to play better. Let's add that in there, but they won't give you your praise, baby. That's why we here. Let's get it.
From the first snap of the game, he was not
Skeletor,
there. I don't know. He looked checked out to me. And the weird part about it is, even when I was watching our pregame show here on Fox,
right,
and I'm watching the interview that Aaron Andrews did with him,
What's
I'm
up,
saying,
Scott?
what is he doing? What's his new image? Can we just see a flash of this? I just want to show,
you know.
This is Aaron. He's got a man bun going.
Okay, what the hell does that have to do? His new image? Because he grew his hair and had a man bun? Oh, what's his image? Oh, he got hair. He got a man bun. What? What are you talking? Is this what they pay these chumps and scumbags to talk about? Aaron Rodgers' hair? They will talk about his man bun as opposed to him getting his ass kicked on the field by the Saints defense. Oh, it's his man bun, y'all. Oh, I stand corrected. Oh, his image. Because he looks like a hippie a little bit. Oh, that's what it is. He's not serious about football anymore. Get your ass up in here. Get out of here, Skeletor. Cut it out. Skeletor, cut it out. Skeletor, quit it. Cut it. Cut it, Skeletor. You have these guys are a flipping joke. This man just sit up here and said, what is his image? It's his man. He got a man bun. Oh, really? Is that the reason why he lost? Because he had a man bun? Really? His man bun made his hair too tight, his helmet too tight, and he couldn't throw the ball correctly? Is that what's going on here? That has absolutely nothing to do with his field of play. What happened with Aaron Rodgers in the offseason don't have nothing to do with what happened with the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers was in there practicing with those people. This don't have nothing to do with his man bun. It don't have nothing to do with any of that stuff. It all has to do with the way the Saints prepared and came into the game because they heard all these jackasses like Bozo Burleson, Skip Skeletor, Bayless, and I got that chump Patty Cowherd coming up as well too. I mean, these guys are a disgrace. They're nothing but flipping politicians that don't know a damn thing about what we're dealing with the Saints. They're going to talk about the name all day long about name players. And when the name player don't show up to play and gets beat by the guy with no name, all of a sudden it's a problem. Oh, the world done ended. The world done turned up on the opposite side of its axis. The world, the reality has stopped and reversed because Aaron Rodgers lost a football game handily to a New Orleans Saints defense that nobody but the black and gold family gave credit to. Because we studied these people. I keep telling you, these guys don't know like we know. They don't know this team. They don't know. So anyway, that's enough for Skeletor. Skeletor's out of his damn mind. All right, let's move on. We're going to go to the next one here and to the next numbskull. Who's on the other bozo train? Who coming up next? All right, let's see who else on the Bozo train. Oh, here you go, Kyle Petty Cowherd. He gonna talk his mess. Listen to this spiel and garbage. I don't see how this guy gets away with this garbage. Listen.
It amplified it. The moody, prickly, condescending Aaron. As they say, the sins of summer are paid in the fall and winter.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
The Packers were disorganized, looked lost, looked gassed. The Seahawks were brilliant. Green Bay didn't even play a true road game. They played a rebuilding team. Isn't it interesting? Life is overwhelmingly how you and I react to non-perfect situations because we mostly control stuff. You get up, you drive to work, you get your coffee, you go to work, you do a good job, you come home, your dogs and cats love you. A lot of action. That's easy stuff. Our life is only difficult. Joy's mine, Ryan's yours. Stuff goes sideways. Teacher calls. Spouse drives you nuts. Boss gives you limitations. How do you react to it? Going to throw a fit in an airplane?
Man, what the F? What the what? What are you talking about, Colin? Kyle Petty. See, it's a bunch of filler. He's a bureaucrat on the mic. It's a bunch of filler. What does that have to do with anything with Aaron Rodgers? Your kids have this. Your dog craps on your car, or your ink pen explode in your shirt. This has absolutely nothing to do with a football team that got their asses kicked. As he lays out a bunch of bullshit jargon in situations that have absolutely nothing to do with what happened on the football field. It wasn't about preparation. It wasn't about none of that. The Packers came in there and they had a game plan. The problem is the Saints had a better game plan and more heart to execute it. That's the bottom line. I can't stomach Kyle Petty Cowherd. He's too much of a flipping bureaucrat to listen to his nonsensical dribble. Let's move on to the next clown parade. Remember, this is merely me documenting these guys as they talk about the Saints in the black and gold. Let's go to this moron, this chump, this idiot, and what he had to say about your black and gold. Let's do this.
What it means for them, what it means for the Gulf Coast region right now to get a win week one, all those families displaced, everything going on. There's families without power still down there in New Orleans. To get a win week one against the Packers would be amazing.
It would be an incredible story. D'Angelo, you were making some facial expressions.
Yeah, because I'm almost like if the Saints win that game, I think it's more of an indictment on Green Bay. Because we're expecting Green Bay to be a really good football team.
Really?
And so
it's an indictment. D'Angelo Hall, who's a former jackass that used to play for the Atlanta Falcons. When we stayed kicking his stinking ass for years, he says that Green Bay beaten. Now this happened. This was a pregame show in which he said if the Saints beat Green Bay, it's an indictment on Green Bay because the Saints beat them. No, you jackass. It's not an indictment on Green Bay. It is a celebration of the Saints because they took it apart. You guys are picking wrong. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You guys are jackasses and lottery pick guys. You worse than weathermen. I mean, you worse than the flipping weatherman with all the technology, still guessing wrong. It's just amazing to me that these people, they're not qualified to talk about the Saints. They're not qualified. And that's the term I want to start using with these people. You're not qualified to talk about the black and gold Saint, D'Angelo Hall. You're not. And it's not an indictment on the black and gold because they kicked the ass of Green Bay. It should have showed you jackass, that if teams don't come to play or if they come to play and think they got a game plan, it's all about heart. And anybody can beat anybody at any time if they don't come with it. Or if they think they come in with it and the other person comes with it a lot better, you gonna lose. That's what it comes down to. But see, he don't realize that because he been losing his entire damn career. He never won a damn thing. So it don't surprise me about him. Just wanted to play that. See, I'm documenting this stuff. It ain't got, because it'll disappear. Remember that, because they're going to change it. They all going to change their mind on the black and gold. Let's move on to the next moron. And here go these fools and these two chumps right here. Let's finish it up, and then we're going to get into the news.
And the worst thing that can happen to anybody is that you sign this deal with the devil, that you have success without preparation. I'm glad Aaron Rodgers fell on his face yesterday for one reason only. I don't want him to sign that deal with the devil. He was off the mark in terms of his commitment. He shouldn't have success without full commitment, full preparation. But I know he does respond, as we've seen it before Aaron Rodgers' career. After he has a game like this, He comes back and he lights them up. Last time it happened, he 4 touchdowns the next game.
Point,
so
dummy.
look forward to him responding, but I'm glad it happened this way. So the question for me, though, is really going to...
So your dumb ass, boy, Marcellus Wiley is probably the stupidest of all the commentators. He's the stupidest of all the commentators. Out of all of them, Bozo, Burleson, Skip Skeletor, Bayless, Colin, Kyle Patty, Kyle Hurd, Stephen A., Smith, and the rest of these chumps, morons, and clowns and simpletons. He's by far the dumbest and the worst of all of them. In my opinion, the stupidest, probably the dumbest one, and right above him is Nick Wright, who's wrong. Nick Wrong, I call him. Or Nick Never Right. But see, the reality is this. These guys are not qualified to talk about the black and gold. They don't do any research, man. They got them papers they're looking at. That's probably menus of what they're going to order out the cafeteria. Because reality should show you that if you play football, and these guys supposed to play football, their rhetoric does not mirror what with the mentality of a successful coach would have taught these guys when they play football or any professional sport. If you played football, and I did, if you played baseball, and I did, if you played basketball, and I did, and I boxed, if you play any organized activity or sport that has a coach, the coach is going to teach you principles. And one of the things the coach is going to teach you about is not using excuses. No excuses. Why? Because excuses are dysfunctional. As a winner, you can't have excuses. You have to own it. You got to own it. If you came to play and the other team came to play and they were better than you, you've got to own it. You don't sit up here and make excuses for people when they fail because the other team was better than them. Like one of the family members said in the chat, Aaron Rodgers don't play defense. The Saints defense smacked Aaron Rodgers down. They frustrated him, picked him off, sacked him. And of course, what about the Saints offense throwing 5 touchdowns, Jameis, rushing 171 yards worth of rushing on this team? But that's an afterthought because they're too enthralled with how Aaron Rodgers had a bad day. Somebody or somebody's caused them to have this bad day. We're going to finish up with this and get into the stories.
To be why, and we won't get that question answered until next week. Why did Aaron Rodgers struggle?
Okay, hey, bro, listen. I'll answer that question. See, these people, oh my goodness, gracious. We'll find out the answer to that next week on why the Saints struggle. Okay, that's enough. You guys are out of here. Okay, that's enough. How are they getting away with this? How are they getting away with this? How are they getting away with it? We'll find the answer to why the Saints struggled. Why the Packers struggled. The reason why the Packers struggled is because they had a game plan. The Saints neutralized what they had to do. The Packers could not stop the Saints. They could not stop their elite level rushing attack. And I've been telling people that the Saints have an elite level rushing attack that compiled 170-something flipping yards on this team. Set up the play action for the Saints to throw the ball, in which they had 5 touchdowns through the air, while stopping the Green Bay Packers twice in scoring drives, killing their momentum. You don't know why? How are you up there? How did they got guys that don't understand? I thought you watched the game. If you would have watched the game, you would have seen as clear as day why they lost. The Saints defense was out-of-worldly. Pressure constantly, every drive, every play, in his face. What quarterback that's getting pressure in his face and around him, rushing forward, is going to stand in there and look like he the best quarterback in the history of the NFL? None do that. That's the way you neutralize all great quarterbacks. Same game plan, by the way, that neutralized Tom Brady last year. Saints got pressure with the front four with selective blitzing at times. They dropped back into the passing lanes of Tom Brady and made it very difficult for him to find passes downfield. Not only did they push him down and sack him, but they frustrated him. When you do that to a quarterback, even the best quarterbacks will succumb to pressure. They can't do it by themselves. And of course, when you start beating them like that, guess what? Their offensive line loses confidence. Not to mention that if you'd have done your research, you'd have seen that the Green Bay Packers had 2 rookie-ass offensive linemen that couldn't handle the pressure of the Saints. So we still talking about it was all on Aaron Rodgers, didn't come to play. He looked old because we made him look old. But I played that, and I know the reality. I played that, and I started the show with that because I'm documenting this stuff. I'm documenting that you have an obvious bias against them because some people still don't get it. But I'm also documenting for the show's record that when the time comes and when these dogs start flipping their story, I'm going to refer back to the show what they said and why we should make them we got to hold them up and make sure they're accountable for the things that they say and watching it. We've been sticking it to the PFF soft boys, Flioria, whatever his name is, Flioria, changing his perspective on the black and gold. He picked the Saints to beat Aaron Rodgers the other day. You know why? Because the Saints let him have it. The Saints family members tear him up in the chat. I be looking at the messages time to time to see when he do these videos, they be tearing them up in there. You can't go to war with the Who Dat Nation, man. You can't do it. You will never win in a war with us. We boycott the piss out of you, man. I mean, you gotta respond. And the thing I don't like about some of these people, they don't let the black and gold nation get up there and question them. You do a whole goddamn show and don't even open the lines for us to question you because they know you'll make them look foolish. They don't indeed. None of these guys open up the lines. The ESPN shows, the Fox shows, Skip Skeletor, Bayless, Stephen A. Hole Smith, and the rest of these clowns, they never have shows where you open up the lines where he got his little radio show, but he don't cover the Saints like that. He won't open up and let you get on there. They're not qualified to talk about the black and gold. They're not qualified. Anyway, let's move on, family, into this. I just wanted to share that with the family members as we move forward because the reality is Jameis deserves all the respect in the world, and New Orleans Saints, period, deserve all the respect in the world because we got that W and smacked down one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL reigning MVP with a deep playoff run Green Bay Packer club that's pretty much the same team that they had last year with a few small additions to it. Looking like, and they're going to come back and they're going to be a good team and you're going to see them in the playoffs. And the only thing is I'm beyond Green Bay now. I'm looking at the Carolina Panthers now. Let's continue this fire. Let's carry this passion, this determination. Where are they getting it from? They don't understand it because they don't understand the region. Order to understand the region, you got to be from here to understand the people of New Orleans, and the mentality of the people in the region and New Orleans have a certain mentality of beating. You have some of the worst storms in the history of the planet that come here, wipe us out, and we still stand up resilient and strong. Me personally and my family lost their entire history. All our pitches was washed out during Hurricane Katrina. 25 feet of water float your damn house up to the next street and slammed it into another house. All your pictures gone. You hit your pictures, life on pictures gone. All you got is your memory. So that could kind of piss you off to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we've been through some stuff. And them idiots and chumps and morons don't understand that mindset that the team feeds off of the regions, off the people. They don't see the correlation between what Drew got here, feeding off of the people and the mindset of the people after Katrina and what's going on with Jameis after Hurricane Ida. Wasn't that Jameis' statement when he started it all? So the reality is they don't get it. But that's okay. They'll soon get it. And we're going to keep doing it and doing it, family. So let's move on. Are we Saints making moves? Let's move on. So hit the like button, family. If you're new to the stream, please feel free to hit upon the like button. Share the show on social media. And also, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and join the Great Saint Think Tank. Big ups to Kim Johnson McCaskill, who's listening to us and following us via Facebook. Much love to you, Kim. I see you, baby. Skull Crusher 1655. Thank you for your super chat, fam. I appreciate you, Skull Crusher. Much love to you, family. Who that to you, and thank you. All right. So with that being said, let's get into some of this stuff. Y'all hit upon the like button. All right. The first thing we got here, we're going to talk about the Saints working out veteran wide receivers according to NOLA.com, including Kenny Stills and Marcus Lee. Of course, with this, the Saints looking at the wide receiver situation, perhaps they're anticipating the Deontay Harris move that's coming in, and perhaps with the Deontay Harris move with the Goodell, the chump, because he's supposed to get suspended sometimes. It's supposed to be week 1 and 2. The NFL didn't bring it, so maybe it's an anticipatory move. We'll see. But this is brought by Luke Johnson of NOLA.com. And the New Orleans Saints worked out a couple of notable free agent wide receivers Monday, according to numerous reports. Among those who visited the Saints Monday were Kenny Stills, who spent the first 2 NFL seasons in the Saints uniform, and former Jacksonville receiver Marquise Lee, who's pretty good. That's a pretty good young receiver, both of those guys. Very interesting to see the Saints go back to Kenny Stills. Remember, there was an issue early on when we shipped him out, but Saints looking at him. Saints drafted Stills in the 5th round, 2013 draft. He earned a significant role in the lineup, catching 95 passes in his first 2 seasons in New Orleans. He knew what he was doing in the Saints offense. Saints traded him to Miami for a 3rd round draft pick. In 8 seasons with the Saints, Dolphins, and Texans, Stills averaged 15.6 yards on his 310 career catches with 37 career touchdowns. Now, Lee, a former 2nd round pick, has only appeared in 6 games since the start of the 2018 season. The last time he received extended playing time, he caught 56 passes for 702 yards in 14 games with the Jags in 2017. The Saints also worked out receivers Cody Core and Kelvin Harmon. So we do have a couple of people on the practice squad, guys like Kevin White and all the rest of these guys, and Aesop Winston. But the Saints looking at Kenny Stills, a guy that's familiar with the Saints scheme and would come cheap. So it would be interesting to see the Saints grab and go back to Kenny Stills. Could you imagine Kenny Stills back in the black and gold building helping out Jameis Winston? He's a very slick wide receiver who's really good at finding openings underneath. He also has decent enough speed to get forward. He's a very, very good veteran in terms of what he do, and he knows the Saints system very well. So this would be intriguing if Coach Payton reach back to Kenny Stills and bring him onto the team to help out the offense with Jameis Winston. So very intriguing there. We just have to see how it goes. The Saints looking at wide receivers now, man. Let's move on to the other article, and this was covered yesterday on the back end of the broadcast, that Marshawn Lattimore agreed to a 5-year, $97.6 million contract extension. And we covered some of this. Cornerback Lattimore has agreed to a 5-year extension worth $97.6 million, according to Adam Schefter of ESPN. He reported the deal that includes a $68.3 million in guaranteed money and an NFL record for a cornerback, and can max out $100 million. Now, the 2017 first round pick was under team control through the 21 season, with his 5th-year option set to pay him $10.2 million per sport track. Now, Lattimore has made an impact with the Saints since the first day. Starting every game he's played in the NFL, he earned a Pro Bowl selection in his first season and was named the league's Defensive Rookie of the Year. The 25-year-old has continued his high level of play and has earned a Pro Bowl selection in each of his last 2 years, entering 21. PFF listed him as the number 2 man coverage cornerback in the NFL in 2017 and 2019, trailing only 2019 Defensive Player of the Year Stephon Gilmore. With 10 interceptions and 55 pass defense in his first 4 seasons, Lattimore has remained a difference maker for the Saints defense that ranked 5th in the NFL against the pass. By signing Ohio State product to a new extension, New Orleans retains an important piece of the defense under team control for a few more years. Now, we broke down this contract via SportTrack and showed that, I think it's after the 4th year, there's an opt-out on this agreement to get from up under this contract. A lot of people believe that they overpaid Lattimore, but listen, the reality is, just like you gave Ryan Ramczyk the dough, Lattimore was going to get the dough as well. This is not a surprise. When we covered the story initially, we knew that Ryan Ramczyk would be the highest paid, or either top 3, which would probably be inside the top 3. Same thing with Lattimore, that when their deals came done, that you will have to pay him. And he's a good piece of the Saints secondary. The idea that Lattimore with Coach Richard, I only see an improvement in his skill set going forward. So I really, really like the move. And I think the Saints going to get their money worth from Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, like I said, you develop the talent, you got to pay these guys to keep them around. And the Saints do have, some interesting moves they're going to make into next year at the quarterback position at first. And then, of course, they have all those draft picks, draft capital, where they can use. And then their ability to get undrafted talent is second to none. All right, so that's the thing there. And also more Lattimore news, as we also broke yesterday, as Lattimore is to have thumb surgery in his week-to-week with the injury, according to reports. Amy on the scoop. New Orleans Saints starting cornerback Marshawn Lattimore sustained an injury to his right thumb during the team's win over the Green Bay Packers and will need surgery to repair it, according to multiple reports. Lattimore, who signed a massive contract extension Sunday, will be week to week as he recovers from surgery. Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network reported. It's not yet known if he could play immediately following the procedure. Lattimore missed 1 drive to start the second half and then came back onto the field with a black cast splint on his right arm. He finished the game with 3 tackles and a pass breakup. The Saints, as of next week, will have 4 available cornerbacks in addition to Lattimore. Newly acquired Bradley Roby was activated today. Paulson Adebo, who's spot on. Desmond Trufant actually played pretty decently as well. And Jordan Miller. Roby can join the team next week. He couldn't play Sunday because he was finishing out a suspension from last season. So as Lattimore has this issue, Roby comes in, Adebo's there, Trufant's there, and then of course at some time Ken Crawley. Be looking out for Ken Crawley too. Is he dealing with the hamstring? Well, you got a couple of weeks on Ken Crawley, but when he comes back, it might look a little different. But the Saints could be adding another cornerback as well later on this week. We'll see. We'll see as we move forward. All right, another report. Marcus Davenport escaped season-ending injury in the game. Let's look at it. Ian Rappaport reported that pass rusher Davenport suffered a pec strain. Sources say he'll miss some time, but he should be back sooner rather than later. Considering how he has come on, this is very good news for New Orleans Saints D. Here's some good welcome news. NFL Rappaport updated his Monday report on the Saints defensive end Marcus Davenport, who exited Week 1's win over the Packers with a pectoral muscle injury. The MRI results identified the issue as a strain and not a tear, meaning Davenport avoided a season-ending ailment. As Rappaport added, Davenport will miss some time and probably still go to injury reserve. We're looking at an absence of weeks, not months. But the salient point here is that his year isn't over. Remember, teams can return players after 3 weeks on the IR, which is Ken Crawley's on IR, the game, which is encouraging given how well he played up front to this point. He was dominant through the summer in the training camp and preseason games to carry that momentum over into the Week 1. He got the first sack of the Saints season, getting Aaron Rodgers down. Getting them back will be a welcome boost to the defensive line. In the meantime, the Saints can remain 4 deep out on the ends between Cam Jordan, Passanio, Granderson. Peyton Turner will be active to play, who was a healthy scratch on Sunday. Turner missed the 2 weeks of training camp with a minor injury, and the team wanted to give him another week of practice reps before putting him in the game. Now he gets a shot against the shaky Carolina Panthers offensive line. So the insurance policy, if Davenport had issues, was Peyton Turner, who the Saints been playing it cool with. Now we get an opportunity to see Peyton Turner come up here soon. But who starts next to on the opposite side of Cam Jordan? I would have to say it's Carl Granderson. Tanu Passanio looked really good, though, as a reserve guy, I got to tell you. And we'll get an opportunity to see him as the Saints move around in this thing. All right, let's keep it going here. In more news here on the defense, we talk about Davenport out. Saints bring in another defensive lineman. Saints add to the defensive line and look to add their wide receivers after Week 1. Now, of course, we just talked about Kenny Stills, them trying them out. But the Saints, after releasing and terminating the contract of Montravius Adams, guess what? The Saints are resigning Montravius Adams to their active roster. So that means that Montravius Adams is a defensive tackle who could help stuff the middle of the defensive line as the Saints gear up to face the Panthers in Week 2. While it's not a flashy move by any means, it's the type of move that a winning football team makes to improve its roster. So that's a big part about it. As well, they bring Montravius Adams back with Davenport possibly going on the IR. Very interesting there. And of course, with all of the flux that's going on, let's take a look at the depth chart for the black and gold, man. We also know that McCoy, there is nothing on Eric McCoy right now in terms of his ankle injury. I won't say nothing, no updates on it that that I've seen from him as of yet. So hopefully we'll be hearing something from Eric McCoy real soon, dealing with him. But you look at the Saints defense here, and you see Cam there with Davenport out. David Onyemata is also going to be out. Jalen Dalton's out. You see Montravius Adams there. The Saints keep it going. Christian Ringo, Shai Tuttle, Elbert Huggins was a beast. Malcolm Roach was a beast. Granderson was making moves. Tanu Passanio. Expect Montravius Adams to come in there and do the same thing moving forward. Of course, Laddie Daddy is doubtful for next week's contest against the Carolina Panthers. So Bradley Roby, who was activated, will get an opportunity to play with Paulson Adebo on the opposite side, Marcus Trufant there. And of course, you're looking at PJ Williams, that old handshake coordinator, can be thrown in the mix too to help out as well. So the Saints facing some injuries early, a lot of injuries early. Davenport, Onyematas with the suspension. You got injuries that occurred with Traquan Smith on the IR and Mike Thomas, what the Saints keep doing. They do what most good teams do. They just keep finding people that step in and step up. That's what it comes down to. So anyway, that's some of the stories that's we're going to cover on the show then in today's broadcast, as well as we do a quick recap of the shows. Saints workout veteran wide receivers, including Kenny Stills and Marquise Lee. And of course, we covered that, and we talked about Marshawn Lattimore's 5-year, $97.6 million contract extension to be here in the black and gold building. Saints lock up the cornerback, and Ryan Ramczyk, aka Big Check, defensive end. Marcus Davenport escaped season-end injury from the Saints wire. Mr. Sigler on the scoop. Good news there, by the way, and it was pretty motivated by the article by, as you can see, this is the source for the article, Ian Rappaport's tweet that he'll miss some time, but be back sooner than later. Weeks, not months. And of course, we talked about Lattimore having thumb surgery. He's listed from week to week and doubtful for this upcoming contest. And of course, with Davenport being out, you got to bring somebody in. Montravius Adams brought back to the team. And of course, you look at the Saints like we just look at the depth chart defensively speaking. Very big on the Saints defensive alignment. They work really well together. And listen, let me tell you something. Ryan Nielsen is getting the best out of these guys. I got to give credit to Ryan Nielsen and all of the Saints defensive coaches and offensive coaches, by the way, but I'm talking about the defense in particular, how they flew around the field and made plays. I mean, Quan Alexander looked like nothing was ever wrong with him. He was flying around looking like a safety out there. He wore number 5, and he was flying around like a safety out there making plays. He basically is a big safety. He was flying around making plays. DeMario was making plays. Saints dancing around, popping people, knocking people out. I mean, it was just glorious. Davenport got the sack on, but am I really concerned that much about Davenport not being there? Listen, I'm so big on the Saints defenders, and I think it does open up and carries the weight. We got Paulson Adebo, the 3rd-round draft pick for the Saints, playing his ass off at the starting role. He looked magnificent, got his first pick, made a bunch of tackles in the game. Let's see what the 1st-round draft pick Peyton Turner could do. How about that? How about that, family? How about that? All right, let's bounce back. And see, that's the thing that's really intriguing, like with a lot of people that don't know about with the black and gold. We knew when the Saints drafted, and a lot of people wasn't high on Peyton Turner, but listen, we knew that, and the Saints knew that they needed an insurance policy, so to speak, for Davenport's injuries, and they picked up Peyton Turner. The bad news is Davenport's hurt again. The good news is not that we're not looking like, usually he gets hurt, you miss him for the rest of the year. But he looks good, so hopefully we can get him back sooner or later. And like I said, what it's turning into is that you're going to get a lot of good players back down the line. Mike Thomas and all these guys. But if you look at the schedule, we got the Carolina Panthers who look a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to the Carolina Panthers podcast people, the PNP group, reached out to me, and I will be on the Panthers broadcast, their PNP show, on Thursday. I'm gonna let you know the time, family. We're gonna be doing like a Saints versus the Carolina Panthers, an in-division rival thing. I'll be on this show talking about the Saints against the Panthers, kind of the behind the enemy line type thing. So y'all be looking at that. And as we moving forward here, so it'd be intriguing. It's gonna be interesting because they got to win. We look like game busters, and the thing about it is they're gonna be saying, okay, the Saints smacked the hell out of Aaron Rodgers. Can they do it again? Can the Saints beat down the Carolina Panthers? Can they slap the hell out of the Panthers? Could they do that? And really, it comes down to heart and determination. The Saints are feeding off the region they're feeding off the people, and the people are looking for the black and gold to give them something to cheer for, and they know it. And when you play, and see, it says for something, family. And y'all know I'm a big person that loves, the positive mindset. But when you tap into an energy that's bigger than yourself, and you're feeding off the black and gold nation and the people going through the hurricane stuff all over, what you do is you tap into a awesome power. And then you're playing for more than just yourself. You're playing for everybody else, making them proud. And that's a whole nother realm of energy. And the Saints are tapping into that. And they're using that as a galvanizing force to push them forward. Because Jameis Winston, oh my goodness, nobody wants to give him credit. And they forced to give him credit. And then wants to give him a little bit of credit, they talk about somebody else all this time here. It's sad. It's sad. All right, so big ups to the Great Saint Think Tank, man. Much love to all you guys. Good to see you in the chat. I usually do my roll calls. I just went right into some of these stories. We covered some of the news notes and items early in the show. I just wanted to play for the family members. I know a lot of family members heard some of this stuff, but I wanted to play for the family members the rhetoric of those people on supposed national people and how they would go. Their whole narrative was to spin it that the Saint, that Rodgers had a bad day. So I mean, this is repugnant to me, absolutely repugnant, because you're trying to steal from us. But that's all good. That's why we got the Sports Coma and many others who fight to make sure the Saints' truth get out there and not get caught up in no agenda-driven garbage. The only agenda that you're supposed to have is to tell the truth. You're not supposed to be out there spinning agendas and trying to get people to go somewhere they don't want to go, and you're trying to trick and fool them into it. No, the only thing, and see, they never been that. That's why they can't tell the truth, because they never been that. That's like telling the dog to be a cat. That's like telling the dog to be a cat. The dog looking at you like, what the dog? Be a cat? Where a cat at? It's not in them. They never was designed to be honest. They was always designed to be sneaky, underhanded, and manipulative. That's why I always tell family members to turn that shit off. They ain't doing nothing. They the ones responsible for why the world is in a state of flux, because they're trying to spin agendas. They won't even tell it to. Even when it come down to sports, they're so ratchet and ridiculous, stank and trifling that they can't even tell the truth without spinning an agenda loaded with mistakes, because they want to try to think that, well, we got to talk about the big name. We can't tell the truth because ain't nobody going to watch it. That's bull crap. You can't tell the truth because it's not in you to tell the truth. And you are not qualified to talk about the black and gold. I'm about to say something. All right, so big ups to the rest of the family members, man. I appreciate y'all so much for being in this Monday stream. Much love to the fam. Much love to the queens. I see y'all, the kings and queens of the coma. Much love to everybody in there. I see you, KK, Trey Joseph, Brian Pearson, Simply Tasha, Constant Flow, Daniel Smith. What's up, Daniel? Rob McCoy, Reginald Porter, Rudy, Spec Streaming. All right, let's see who else we got there. Saints 01, Charles Winston, Tragic 504. C-Step 100, True Louisiana. All right, Lori Hackler. What's up, baby? Charles Winston. All right, Kevin Conley. Let's see who else we got. Brother Vines in the building. Matthew Washington. What's up, Nathan? Nathan, too. Kai the Great 84 is in the building as well. Tramal Keller. Mitchell's in the building. Chris Henderson's. UEP. Marcos is in the building as well. Moles is in the building. Big ups to the fam. DLP. Jerry Paul Jr. BC Lewis. Uncle Paulie. Who else we got chiming in there? Ace and Candy, Pine, Tom Banks. Big ups to the fam. All right, as well. All right, big ups to all y'all, man. Much love. Brian Russell, DJ Hellcat. What's up, fam? All right, much love. Jamie, I see you, Jamie. Who that? GM Kev as well. All right, big ups to all the fam, man. Chasing Precepts. What's up, fam? Big ups, Nola Balls. I see you, fam. 504 Code. Jesus will save us. All right, much love to all you guys, man. You know I believe in you guys, and I give you shout-outs because you deserve it, man. You guys are really the stars of the show, man. Without you, there is no show, to be honest, keeping it 100% real with you. All right, let me see if I got anybody else. I'm going to give a shout-out to all the family members. Will Dickerson, CT Crusher. What's up, brother? What's up, Arch Stanton? Much love, family. Tim Dunn is in the building as well. Lamar's in the building. Who else we got chiming in here? Did I give you a shout out? Constant Flow, my brother Derek Lockett's in the building. Big Sean's in the building. What's up, Sean? Big ups to you, fam. Much love. All right, brother Jarvis is in the building as well. Much love to the fam, man. Good to see you. Kyle Davis. What's up, Kyle? Much love. Brother Kyle in here. Where you been at, man? Where you been, man? All right, Darrell. What's up, Darrell Zero Chill? Who that to you, fam? Baraka Lonemeyer. Who that to you? Brother Carlton's in the building as well. Brandon Cormier, Charles Fair. What's up, fam? Slim, what's up? Slim South 504. What's going on, brother Slim? All right, Clarence. What's up, Clarence? Clarence Matthews in the building as well. Big ups to all y'all, man. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Jasper Bowden, Lloyd Rankin. What's up, brother? What's up? All right, big ups to you, brother Doug. I see you, fam. Chris Henderson, I see you, fam. Much love, fam. Clint F is in the building. Much love, fam. Don Juan Fontaine. What's up, fam? Big ups to you. I see you. Who that? All right, 504 Hot Boy. What's up, fam? Brother Wallace. What's up, brother Wallace? The Davis family. The Davis family. Who that? Let's get it, baby. Zach Williams. What's up? Abraham, my dog. Abraham. Who that to you, my dog? Abraham out there in Sacktown, California, baby. Much love. All right, DB. Who that to you, fam? How you doing, baby? Much love to you. Much love to the great Saint Think Tank, man. I got to give shout out to the family members, man, because you guys are terrific, man. All right, what's up? Who that connect? Who that to you, fam? I see you. Young Blood 46. What's up, fam? I see you. Much love, family. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all, man. And listen, like I said, what's up, J-Rock? Big ups to you, fam. I see you. Be Kind is in the building as well. All right, so much love to the fam. But yeah, family, this is I'm very encouraged from the win. But the next big thing, what's up, Kelly? Who that? What's up, fam? Who that gamer? Who that to you, fam? I see you, baby. Much love. Much love to you. JT. What's up, brother JT? I see you, fam. Much love. All right, so yeah. So this is the thing, fam. What's up, Vine? I see you, fam. Much love to you, Vine. Robert Clark as well, fam. If I can give you a shout out. But the Saints, very encouraging win, plastering the Packers like that. Now we move on to the Carolina Panthers, see what we can do with that. We are facing some stuff, Lattimore with his with the issue, but intriguing enough is that we lose Lattimore. Notice the rhythm of things, family. How we lose people, and then next thing you know, they got somebody stepping in the play step. Now it's very strategic and really smart that the Saints and Coach Payton them and y'all know who that is. Those guys, man, are right up on it, man. And you lose Laddie Daddy for whatever it is, and then you get Bradley Roby there, and we don't know how he's gonna look. But listen, I got confidence and faith in Coach Rashard. I've been telling y'all that. Look what Coach Rashard, look how he's gotten Paulson Adebo prepared. I mean, listen, if people don't have faith in the players, have faith in the coaches. Ryan Nielsen is the best defensive line coach, in my opinion, in the NFL. Look what he's did with a bunch of undrafted fellows. You know, we were looking at Christian Ringo last year, like, who the hell, when did this guy, this guy come from the Beatles or something? Where'd he come from? But man, he tearing it up. So you never can tell. You know, you got big Elbert Huggins in there. You know, you never can tell. And the Saints on the practice squad still have some guys that can come in and make some things happen. Let me put up the practice squads for the family members as well. Let me pull that up and see if perhaps, you know, we were looking at it, but perhaps the Saints will activate some of these people, because we still have some very good players on the practice squad. So give me a second. I'm gonna pull up that roster and show you the practice squad here, because listen, fam, they have some players on the practice squad that can help the black and gold out, man. They really do. All right, so let me share my screen with you. And here you go. Here you see, this is the Saints practice squad right here, and it's all the players. You see Arma on that. Now, in terms of the Saints wide receivers, looking at Kenny Stills. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Kenny Stills. What's up, Kenny Sutton? Who that to you, fam? I see you, brother. All right, you see Kenny Stills. We talking about Kenny Stills, and of course, he would be a really special addition. I would really be happy to get Kenny back on this team, because he's a slick wide receiver, still has some speed, and he can catch everything you throw to him, really slick and finding the holes and zones and knowing how to, you know what I'm saying, know how to get to the sideline and angles. He's a really good wide receiver, very slick inside, outside, man, whatever you need, very versatile. So it'll be intriguing if Coach Payton makes a reunion with him and bring him back to the black and gold building. But if he don't like any of those wide receivers, we do have Quan Baker on, our 7th-round draft pick, Quan Baker, on the practice squad. Also, like, if you look at some of the other things that we might be dealing with from an injury perspective, you know, I'm not really big on Kevin White, but Aesop Winston, which I like what Aesop showed us in training camp, Aesop Winston is also here. He's a speedster that can also help you out, stretch the field. Because listen, if something happens with Deontay Harris, you're going to need a speedster, and Aesop Winston and Quan Baker fits those parameters. So if they say, okay, if the NFL and the chump scumbag garbage time commissioner comes out and says, well, we're going to take Deontay Harris away from you. What's up, Derek? Derek Cropper, who that to you? Shedrick. Much love, fam. Dev84 John, who that to you? Good to see you, fam. Now, if they take Deontay Harris away, you're going to need somebody to stretch the field. Quan Baker's there. Aesop Winston is there. I'm not really high on Kevin White, you know, as all. But in terms of the defensive line, we talk about Josiah Bronson, or if Willie listening to this, is Josiah, or I don't know what Willie talking about. I'm going to just call the man Jay Bronson, because every time I try to pronounce his damn name, Willie said, man, is Josiah, or whatever the hell. What are you talking about, Willie? I'm going to just call him Jay Bronson, okay? All right, action. I'm going to just call him Bronson, all right? That's what Jay Bronson, all right? He always complain about that. Man, Q, you butchered the man name every time. What you talking about, Willie? Jay Bronson, you can't complain about that. All right. All right. And Jalen Holmes is another guy. Now, these guys are practice squad players. Jaleel Johnson was a guy that the Saints pulled over from the Tech. He had some experience playing with the Texans. So, a 5-year guy out of Iowa. As you can see right there, you have Jalen Holmes, who's a 4-year guy out of Ohio State. So, if the Saints need help on the defensive line, they could draw from their practice squad. Remember, we were saying that is that a big part of the Saints having success is using the practice squad like an extended roster, which it actually is an extended piece of the depth chart where you place players that are familiar with your system. So if we got guys and we're facing injuries on our team, let's draw from there as opposed to pull guys from outside of the building that don't know what we're doing. Now, that don't apply to a guy like Kenny Stills, who's familiar with the Saints offense. He's a special case because of obvious reasons. But we have guys on the practice squad that are put there for a reason. So if injuries occur, we pull from the practice squad. I like doing it like that because it's a familiarity. Now, some of these guys they put on the practice squad, they added them late and they weren't on the preseason roster or in training camp. So it kind of puts you at a detriment to a degree because they have a very limited understanding of what you're trying to do. Except for guys like Quan Baker and they had a full season, they got some idea. But Kadar Holman, absolutely not. Jalen Holmes is another guy. Jaleel Johnson is a veteran. He might be able to pick up what you can do. And then you look at other guys like Dalen Mabin, the cornerback there, and Brian Mills, who was in Mills was in training camp, and Kavari Russell was there. He was injured, but the Saints could pull from these guys and put them on the active roster. It's quite possible. But we are dealing with some injuries. Interiorly speaking, the defensive line with Davenport, Peyton Turner is activated for that. And then you look at what we did by bringing in and bringing back onto the team. What's his name? The defensive lineman we added to kind of help out with that as well. So, we'll see how it all shakes coming down the line, man. But I really do think I like how the Saints are moving guys in, moving guys up. They're not letting it get to their head. They're like, okay, we did it. We bust their asses. We celebrated it. Now we're going to, whatever else, we got a day off, and then let's move on to the next focus, which is the Carolina Panthers in Carolina, which they always play us tough up there. So we're going to have to do what we got to do and take care of the Carolina Panthers moving forward, kind of licking our wounds, so to speak, dealing with the black and gold with all these injuries and potential suspensions with Deontay Harris. So I have all the utmost confidence in our wide receiver coach, defensive line coach, linebacker coach. And listen, another thing we was watching the game about the fact that the Saints have 7 linebackers. Some of those guys were inactive. But when you have 7 linebackers on your depth chart, a lot of those guys are going to play at special teams and they're going to knock the piss out of some people. And of course, you could, in certain packages, use Zach Bourne as a pass rusher. We could possibly see that coming up in here, because you kind of shy, you're missing, if you add in there, Zach Bourne could be using that potential. Because I remember that's what Ryan Nielsen and Dennis Allen was talking about last year, getting Zach Bourne on the field more. You see how Zach Bourne is playing. Perhaps it could be a package for the defense where you run Zach Bourne out there as a pass rusher. So, I mean, these are things to think about because the Saints are very imaginative, both offense and defense. So, defensive-wise. So, and offensive-wise. So, what's up, Derek Isaac? Who that to your fan? Appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to take a few questions from the chat family. If you feel free, if you got any questions that you want to throw upon me, throw at me. I'm going to answer them to right up before 10:30 before, we end the stream. So, if you got any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. And I will read them. All right, DLP says Elbert Huggins was all over the place yesterday. Yeah, to new passing, I seen him flashing. I went and looked back at the film and watched it. Man, I had to watch it. Like some plays, I had to watch them like 3 or 4 times over because I was watching how they were just reckless. It's like they were unblockable, flailing away. It was like almost like the guy, like they was an angry honeybee, like they was an angry bee trying to get to the flower when Aaron Rodgers was the flower. I mean, man, they had like they had a focus. Like it was almost like it was just amazing how they uniformly as a team was going to flying around the field gang tackling. If you've seen the gang tackling, like they'll go there and one guy make an open field tackle. Marcus Troutman had a wonderful open field tackle. And then of course the Saints rushing to get to the ball and tackle guys, not letting them get an opportunity to slip through grass. If one guy miss a little bit, he's still holding on. The next guy come in and push him down. You know, so it's the philosophy of the defense that's been that way all this year. When I was at camp, I seen how they were handling the offense for the Saints. The defense beat the Saints offense many times in camp. If anybody say who won the camp, the defense won the camp, man. Let me tell you something. The Saints defense was doing this all camp long and into the preseason. I was like, man, we got something here. I was seeing it, man. And listen, when you, and it's like, okay, the Saints have a top 5 offensive line, and the Saints defense was giving them hell. We talking about with Teron Armstead, Ryan Ramczyk was out there, McCoy, Pete, Ruiz, all of them was out there, and the Saints defensive line, guys like Bronson and Jay Bronson, Willie, and then of course you look at Tanu Passanio and all these other guys. Man, they were giving them that work. They were giving them that business. So, I mean, it just carries on, and sooner or later they're going to know these people's name. Kevin says, Jeff Ireland, we got to shout him out, Big Q. That's right, Kevin. Big thank you, brother, for that. Because Jeff Ireland is the guy that scouted a lot of this, and we got to give him credit. So you're right. Dev84 John says, Q, we're evolving now. Here come the speed receivers. I know, fam. Deep vertical offense is back. The pass from Jameis to Deontay Harris was the proverbial cherry on top of the ice cream. The Saints dropped that was like, all we need is the deep bomb, and Jameis gave us the deep bomb. 5 touchdowns in the match. I mean, absolutely wonderful. It was a beautiful game, man. I was big time excited, man. I was big time excited. All right, big ups to you. Thank you, Kevin. And Dev Tramal says, put PJ on the practice squad. No, PJ was doing all right, man. What's up, Turkey King 337? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you being here, man. All right, big ups to you. All right. Okay, Derek saying they signed Kenny Stills. Okay, if that's something that must have just happened. Let me go ahead on and see if I can pull that up, my friend. Give me just a second. Let me see. Because that we was just talking about, it's like it would be interesting because the Saints could really use Kenny Stills, man. He has a familiarity with their offense. So, yeah, they can definitely use him. Yep, and yeah, they signed him to the practice squad. Let's cover this, fam. Here we go. This is breaking right here. Thank you. Appreciate the family member who dropped that in the chat, man. Much love to you. Stuff while we going on right now is happening. So yeah, that's that. Let's cover the report. Here it is. All right, the Saints, and this is breaking. This just happened, fam. Just happened. As the Saints reunite with wide receiver Kenny Stills, they signed the former 5th-round pick to the practice squad. According to Amy, she's on the scoop right here. Let's go over it. Fort Worth, Texas, New Orleans Saints are reuniting with wide receiver Kenny Stills, according to a report from Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network. Stills, at least for now, will be on the Saints' 16-man practice squad. Stills had a workout with the Saints on Monday as their receiver depth took a shot last week after Traquan Smith was placed on the IR due to a hamstring situation. The Saints have Marquise Callaway, Deontay Harris, Chris Hogan, LaJordan Humphrey, and Ty Montgomery as their active roster receivers. And they have Aesop Winston, Kevin White, and Quan Baker on their practice squad. The Oklahoma product was drafted by the Saints in the 5th round of the 2013 NFL Draft, and he played for the team for 2 seasons before he was traded to the Dolphins. So there you go. Before the trade, Stills played in 31 games in the black and gold and recorded 1,572 yards on 95 catches with 8 touchdowns. He has since played for the Dolphins and the Texans. He was briefly with the Bills late in 2020 season on their practice squad. In total, Stills has 4,843 yards receiving on 310 receptions with 37 touchdowns in 8 seasons. Though he hasn't started much since his days in Miami, last season Stills played in 10 games and had 11 catches for 144 yards before he was waived in late November. So the Saints reunite with a very familiar face as young Kenny Stills. Well, not young anymore. Kenny Stills is back with the black and gold family members. Hold on just a second. All right. Sorry, I had to plug in my phone there. All right, Saints reunite with Stills, fam. So this is big news right here. This is just in. Saints signed Kenny Stills to the practice squad. Now this is pretty good. What's up, Hooded Jew? Much love, fam. Appreciate you, fam. He says, what's up, Q? Thoughts on Stills to the practice squad? Davenport out with injury and Lattimore. Yeah, a lot to go about right there, my friend. I like the Kenny Stills move. The Saints could use a wide receiver like Stills, a veteran guy with good hands, decent speed as well. He has a familiarity with Coach Payton's system. Not only a familiarity, but he has success he was a perfect style of wide receiver for the Saints. Use him inside, you can use him outside, and we could use a guy like Kenny Stills, his experience at this time of difficulty with our wide receivers. At least giving them some of that veteran depth as well. So I like the move bringing Kenny Stills back, and it probably don't cost much to do this. This is a cheap move, but a very good move by Coach Payton bringing him in here. So I absolutely love this move, and of course at some point I think they will more than likely activate him off the practice squad. It's only a matter of time. Davenport in his injury situation is a positive one, despite the fact that he's out, but it's not a bad out insofar as it's not one of those injuries that we've seen in previous years where it was sideline him for big chunks of the season or just totally the season. So, having him back, and it doesn't really hurt that much to the Who Dat Nation, being that we do have some insurance there. Peyton Turner is a guy who will be activated for this contest. You will get an opportunity to see what Peyton Turner looks like, just like we had an opportunity to see about Paulson Adebo. Also, Lattimore, your point on Laddie Daddy, with him being out, doubtful after the surgery. So we'll see Bradley Roby in that position as Adebo occupies the opposite slot. We also will see Troutman as a dime back behind Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So regardless or not, I do think, despite all of the flux and the injuries and the things that are occurring, the Saints do have depth. As you can see, the Saints are making the right moves, man. They're absorbing these things. It's not killing them or breaking them down. They're absorbing these things, and it's like a boxer taking a shot. They're absorbing it, and then they still saying, "Okay, I got that. Come on, what else you got?" And they start dishing out punishment themselves. So I mean, the Saints are tough, man. That's what it comes down. They're spiritually, mentally, and physically tough, and they're gonna handle this, and they're gonna keep winning. Thank you, Hooded Jew, for your super chat, my friend. Much love to you, fam. All right. So, yeah, it's very intriguing, man, but this is good news. Saints reunite with Kenny Stills and sign the former 5th-round pick to the practice squad. This just in. This is good news indeed. Saints add him to the wide receiver code. Good to have Kenny Stills back, man. No doubt about it. Good to have him back. How about that, fam? Kenny Stills is back on the team. So, it's intriguing, man. Very good. All right, so let's keep it going, man. Let's see. Reginald says, BQ, love you. He says, your mock of Mickey Loomis. It's not ask Sean, it's talk to Sean. Mickey winds up, man. We know that, man. He's a jalopy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was messing with DC about that. I said, man, I'm good with, putting things together. I'm very imaginative. And I was talking to DC, and we was talking some kind of way we got on the term jalopy. And I told him, I said, I guarantee you, you look up the word jalopy, you'll find out that's probably a place somewhere where that car comes from. They just didn't come up with the word. And it comes from that. So he looked up jalopy and found out. I think it's a place. Jalopy is a city somewhere in I think it's in Mexico. And it's where they send, that's where they send, I forgot how it goes, the junk car. I remember DC was telling me about it. It's a pretty funny story. But I say that to say that, you look at like what goes on with like Mickey and Loomis. He winds up when he talks. And I think that's because sometimes when Mickey, that's a way of, he's thinking while he's winding. If you're thinking over stuff, well, we gotta make sure. And then he winds up. Sometimes people will say three things in a row, and they do that so they can create, so they can come up with thoughts while they're repeating things 3 times in a row. Sometimes that's just a way of buying yourself time to think about what you're gonna say. And Mickey Loomis does it. He winds up. He got a long whine. He going, talk to Sean. What's up, Quincy? Who that to you, fam? Much love. I know I see him, fam. Much love. We got it. We got it covered, bro. All right.
Yeah. Jared says, he says, Mickey, what's your thoughts on the Saints win over Green Bay? You know what he gonna say? Talk to Sean. He gonna give it to Sean. He ain't gonna say nothing. He gonna say, talk to Sean. You know how it go, Jared. All right. What's up? What's up, Randolph? Who that to you? Dwayne, good to see you, fam. Who that, bro? All right, much love. Brandy said, I wouldn't be surprised if Steele starts at some point. Well, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I know he'll be a part of the Saints. Like I said, bringing him here was a real smart move by Coach Payton because he's familiar with the Saints offense, had a lot of success in the Saints offense. He should have never went anywhere. But it's glad to see him back, man. I'm glad to see Kenny Steele's back. He helps. And if he could stick and stay, could you imagine when you get all your pieces back, how Kenny Steele helps with everybody there? He helps. Because listen, Kenny Steele's, and look at it like this. All of the Saints, most of the Saints signings are upgrades. Think about that. The Saints signings are upgrades. Remember when we first started, we had a bunch of undrafted guys. The Saints ultimately got rid of these guys. They got rid of Bryce Thompson. Well, you know what happened with Bryce Thompson. He got hurt. Then it was Eric Burrell, who I really liked, and they got rid of Burrell. And then what the Saints did, they had a change of philosophy going into the season because they were first looking at undrafted defensive backs, weren't they? And then the philosophy changed when they just started going after veterans. So you see all of a sudden Marcus Troutman pop up here. You see guys like Poole and the rest of these guys and Prince Amukamara who didn't stick around. And then at the safety level, you had Thompson. I thought Bryce Thompson was going to stay. I thought Eric Burrell was going to make it. But then Jeff Heath pops up out of here from nowhere. The Saints say, you know what, we're going to need some veterans up in here in the secondary. And Coach Richard looked at the young guys and said, we're going to need some vets back here. So if you look at the guys at the Saints, the defensive backs, and some of the players, most of the players the Saints are bringing in here onto the roster, they're upgrading the Saints' talent, the talent of the roster coming in here. Marcus Troutman has a lot of experience as a starting level corner, but he's a dime back for you. That's pretty good. He backs up Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Paulson Adebo, he's no jackrabbit yet, but he has potential. Lattimore is going to take his game up. Once Laddie Daddy gets healthy, he got the big paper. It's time to get busy. You're going to see Lattimore shoot up toward the stars now. He got the big paper. Now it's time to step up and show up what you can do. No excuses, Laddie Daddy. Let's get it done. And I think he will respond. Why you have so much faith in these defensive backs, Q? Because of Coach Richard. Same way I have a lot of faith in my defensive linemen because of Ryan Nielsen. Also great with Michael Hodges running the linebacker core. You got 7 linebackers, all them linebackers firing off, looking like world beaters. The Saints couldn't get rid of none of them. Like, who we going to get rid of? Oh, I can't make, let's just keep them all. And that's the reality. They got 7 active. I mean, that's amazing to me. But that's because of Michael Hodges, the linebackers coach. We got to get these guys. We have the best defensive and offensive assistant coaches in the business. We have the best. And Dennis Allen has a really good staff, man. You can see him calling that game, that Green Bay Packer game. Dennis Allen was having fun in that goddamn game. He was having fun in that game, fam. I got to give it to you. So the Saints, a lot of the moves the Saints are having, man, they're upgrades to the team. Kenny Steele is most certainly an upgrade in the wide receiver room, no doubt about it. Troutman and these guys are upgrades to help improve the Saints defense. There are veterans, smart veterans that are helping this team move forward. So, man, listen, I like it. You know, real smart moves by Mickey and Kai and the rest of these guys, man. Just keep on moving this thing, you know. All right, thank you, Hoodie. Hoodie Jube says, what do you think we're gonna look like when everyone is back on offensive defense? Scary team. Jawan, baby Megatron. Yeah, I seen that article. Thank you, Randolph, for your super chat, my friend. Appreciate you too. Much love to you, brother Randolph. Thank you, Dwayne. All right, so yeah, Hoodie, I think you're absolutely right, man. Mike Thomas, and you had these additions when you get some of your starters back and key personnel. When you get them back, David Onyemata is missing, and the Saints beat the and that's what I said that on the stream yesterday, is that the Saints beat the hell out of this team without David Onyemata. That's the best interior defensive lineman. He's out for 5 weeks now, you know, with the PED situation. You're missing Michael Thomas, your best wide receiver. He's out, you know, for another several weeks. Traquan Smith, he's missing. Now, a lot of people don't think much of Traquan Smith, but when he's in there and he's running around, he can block, he can catch, and he does have speed. How does he look with Jameis? Time will tell. You know, it's guys that we're missing, and now Eric McCoy. We don't know what's going on with McCoy. We're gonna find out real soon on McCoy. He's another question mark, but Ruiz stepped up. So, like I said, the Saints, man, when they get everybody back and healthy, watch out, man. Watch out. I'm just interested, Hoodie, to be honest with you, you know, I know we're going to carry on this energy, but can we keep this world beater mentality? Can we keep this world beater mentality, this Saints against the world mentality, the black and gold nation against the world, against it? Because, listen, Coach Payton is a master of going out and getting building more board material to show his team to piss them off. And I promise you, he did the same thing with Green Bay that he did with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When he showed them all them pictures of them people picking Tampa Bay to beat the Saints. Not one of them people picked. Maybe Kay did. Maybe she did. But I think one or two other people from the NFL Network, I forgot the lady name, they write pretty good articles from that. She picked them, but not many others. And the Saints hammered them people to death both times. So, I mean, he uses that to motivate the team and create a us against them mentality. It galvanizes the team. And plus, when you have, you're giving them the fact that you plan for the region, you plan for people who lost their homes, that lost a lot of stuff, and they just want to watch the Saints win a football game. They are cognizant and conscious of that reality, and they're playing for the fan base. They're playing. That's what it looked like when you play for the fan base. You pulling for an unlimited supply of power and energy, and you going up and beyond yourself, and you're gonna beat a lot of people as long as you draw from that. As long as you draw. And boy, I'm telling you, so much energy went into the team from the Who Dat Nation after that win. Them guys felt that energy from the Who Dat Nation, and they hear it. They heard it and they felt it. I'm just keeping it real, and they're gonna keep it going. Thank you, Hood. Appreciate you, my fam. All right, says Q, maybe you can clear this up. You can pull, he says, can you pull off the IR with 3 weeks? Can you get pulled off the IR in 3 weeks? There is a short-term IR. Well, let me pull up the receipts for that. There's a short-term IR. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. I'll put the receipts on screen right quick. Give me a second. All right. Thank you, Crush. Appreciate your super chat, my brother. He says, Kyle Brand on a good morning. 8 Crow today. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, bro. Okay, here we go right here. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to pull this one up right here. And this one's from, let me see. Let me make sure I give you the right one here. Give me a second. Okay, here you go right here. Let me share it. So you get the receipts on screen right here. And it's a memo from the NFL because I remember hearing about that too. But the NFL made it official in a memo to clubs. Unlimited players can return from a team's injury reserve list in 2021, and they're eligible after missing 3 games, rather than 8 weeks per source. A popular change spawned by the C19 challenges stays for another year. Worth noting, as in the past, only players on the 53-man roster after cutdown are eligible to be designated for return from IR or the NFI. Limits stashing scenario, so this year that any team after 4 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, September the 1st, according to Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network. So this was a memo, and I remember hearing about this because I think we covered this on the show. So I hope that kind of helps you out on that. All right, let's keep it going here. Much love to the fam as well. All right, the Saint 01 says Kenny Steele's huge pickup. So happy. Him and Winston will be a huge connection. Can you see that, man? I mean, that's absolutely loving it, man. The Saints just keep adding more talent, man. Kenny Steele is a good move for the Saints, really is. Won't cost us a lot of money either, man. Absolutely love that. Really good move for the Saints. What's up, brother Frederick? He says, Big Q, Bradley Roby is a baller that can replace Jack Rabbit. Hey, I heard that before, and somebody told me that, bro, that Roby is a very talented player that will make some plays. He's a guy that gets interceptions. I heard that. He's very physical. I heard he's fast. He's 5'11", but a lot of people saying he's ready to take that step. So we'll see, man. We'll see exactly how it looks. But Coach Payton then waited as long as they can wait to do this, to do the move to get him in. Listen, he comes in right at the right time. He was suspended in week 1. Laddie Daddy has the issue. He'll be missing a few games perhaps. And then after that occurs, then Roby comes out there. Bradley Roby comes out there with Paulson Adebo, and of course Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and then you still have Marcus. You have Desmond Troutman out there. So intriguing, man, very intriguing. I love what I'm seeing from the Saints. I just got to keep it real with the fam. What's up, Brew Man? He says, "Who that Big Q when MT comes back? The offense is going to be." I know this. The Saints just keep adding pieces upon pieces. We just got to keep winning, fam. We just got to keep winning. Reginald says, "Yeah, they're going to be scary." That's right. I agree with Hoodie. Frederick says, "Q Bradley Roby." Okay, I read that one. All right. What's up, Tasha, baby? Who that to you? Much love to the Queens. Brother Damien, what's up, fam? He said, "Hey, Q, with Davenport out, he says, who do you start opposite of Cam, Granderson or Passanio?" I go Granderson. I'll go with Granderson because I would like to see Passanio as you know, I want to keep him where he is as a backup defensive lineman that I can move around interior, outside. But you'll see them mixing some personnel there as well to get things going. But I like Granderson to start next to him. Thank you, Hoodie. Appreciate you. Said once I get my wrench, I must exchange hats, man. All right, Hoodie. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you, bro. He said Hoodie says he wants a wrench. Let's add Hoodie as give a Hoodie a wrench. Thank you, Hoodie. All right, fam. All right, Big Jedediah saying her Benson voice to me. "You better get out of here." Yeah, she told that was Gail ran them off when she was in that car. They was trying to carjack her. Said how she got out of that by herself. No, she had that heat. I said she ain't had that heat. She told them, "You better get out of here," and they got up out of there. The media better get out of here hating on the Saints. If they keep talking crazy, I'm gonna tell Sean to bring out them bats. All right, but yeah, that's what I'll do, Damon. I like Granderson to start there. I think Granderson ready, man. You know, and then backing him up, you'll have Peyton Turner will be activated there. You have Tanu that can play inside or outside for you. I think the Saints will be fine, to be honest with you. You know, and perhaps we also could use, and I threw out that Zach Bowen piece. That might be something you want to consider too, because Zach Bowen had success from the college level as a pass rusher due to Saints using. Now, he's been playing so well. I'll be trying to find ways to get Zach Bowen on the field. He was the top tackler for the Saints this past game against the Packers. He was the top tackler. Yep, he had 5 tackles in the game. Zach Bowen led him with tackles the game. You know, so yeah, I absolutely. I think anytime you can try to get him on the field, I think it's a positive. Big Jedediah says Paulson can take the outside with Roby in the middle. All right, thank you, Big Jedediah. Brian says Roby was a part of that no-fly zone in Denver. I remember that, Brian. I remember that. Brandon Reese said, I guess Sean Payton felt that we needed more speed wide receivers. Yeah, and guys, and like I said, he's familiar with the Saints offense, man. He played it a couple of years, and he thrives in it. He's a perfect wide receiver. The Saints, they did a real special job by going to get Kenny Stills here. He will really help them. He will really help them seriously, man. This was a good move by Coach Payton. Arch says, I saw a pass breakup from Roby in preseason game. It was close to a PI, but dude looked good. Yep. Damon said earplugs in the gym. Big Q. Did I hear we just signed it? Yeah, we signed we signed Kenny Stills to the practice squad. That's former wide receiver, Saints wide receiver Kenny Stills is back in the Big Easy. The Saints signed him to the practice squad after trying him out today. So big ups. So we knew it would either be Lee or Stills. That was very easy comparison to make. I'm glad he's back on the squad, to be honest with you. All right, Brother Tramal says Peyton knows he needs another ring. Yeah, he going for it too. Vine says, I'm glad Paulson Debo out there getting live reps for real. But fam, he looks questions about cornerback of Debo. And he's answering all of them. He's just the kid's special, man. He's special. He's special. Hoodie says, thank you, Hoodie, for your super chat. Says 2 former first round pick wide receivers on PS Place. Yeah, White and Stills. Yeah. Yep. But only one. I think I have more faith in Stills. What say you, Hoodie? I will have more in Stills. I'm not believing in White, man. Whitehead is just not there yet. He's not there yet. Thank you for your super chat, my man. Appreciate you, bro. All right, big ups to the fam. Teddy, what's up? Teddy Carter says, man, I told y'all watch out for Jawan Johnson. Yeah, Teddy, he showed up, man, and showed out. And Adam Troutman better watch his ass, man. I said that in that game when Troutman dropped them 2 passes. And I said it during the live stream. I said, Troutman dropped another pass. That was an easy one. Now it's mental. I said he dropped that pass. It's mental. He's not there. What did Coach Payton stay with him? I said, nah. And then I said, let me see if he stays with him. Coach Payton pulled him out of there. He let him stay in there one more play and then pulled him out of there, put Juwan Johnson in there. And I think that play or the next play, Juwan Johnson made that fantastic turnaround touchdown catch. Coach Payton not playing no games. Now that's reminiscent of what happened last year when the Saints played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jared Cook. He should have pulled Jared Cook up out of there. You don't never leave no guy in there that ain't ready to play, fam. That's what I was saying in the stream. And Coach Payton didn't do that. He left him in there and he hurt the Saints. He had the fumble. He had the drop, which went through his hands off his shoulder to a pick. He hurt us, man. He hurt us bad in that game because he wasn't ready to play. Right after that fumble when they just popped the ball out, that was an irresponsible fumble by a veteran. There's no way he should have been run across that field carrying that ball like a loaf of bread. He should have had that ball secured running across that field. And he did that. Coach Payton didn't play. Coach Payton pulled that guy out of there because it's reminiscent of I should have pulled Jared Cook out of there. I said, you don't never play no guy that ain't ready to play. When you see that he ain't got his game and he's struggling out there, pull that guy up out of there. Because he ain't helping himself and he ain't helping nobody. Get him up out of there. Let him get his head straight. Put the next guy up in there. All right, yeah. Kenny says, what's up, Derek? Derek Allison, who that to you, my brother? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you, bro. Hope everything going all right with you, my brother, out there on the railroad, brother. Appreciate you. My dog, Derek Allison. All right, Swag says, felt good going to work today surrounded by Vi Queen and Packer fans. They were salty. They was all up in their feelings. Tell them, don't, just had this, shut the what up and have a Coke and a smile. Teddy, yeah. Teddy says that over-the-shoulder throw is deadly in Peyton's offense. I know y'all remember when Devery Henderson used to catch those bombs. Yes, indeed. I remember that. All right, Ramsey, what's up, fam? Who that to you? Say Jameis need to run a little more. There were times in the game where he could have ran. Yeah, Jameis was very selective. I like the fact that he did what he did. But like I was saying during the live stream, when the pressure was coming around Jameis Winston, this is what Taysom doesn't have. He can't feel the pocket. The reason he can't feel the pocket is because it takes reps to get used to that. And Jameis Winston, 70-plus games of starting experience, 74 I think it is, well, 75 now with the Saints game, is that he feels the pocket. If you remember the touchdown throw, the first one to Juwan Johnson, where he put touch over it, over top of the defensive backs, and Juwan caught in the back of the end zone. Go back and look at the play. The pocket was collapsing around him, and Jameis' shoulders squinched up like they were right on top of his shoulders, even though you could see they were a foot or, a couple of feet away from him, more than enough room, but you can see him tighten up because he feels the pocket collapsing around him. That's a skill, man. That took years for him to develop that, even back to his high school, college days. It takes time to develop that, and Taysom doesn't happen. He can't feel the pocket around him. That's something that takes reps, a lot of reps to do, starting reps and to get that. He can't feel the pocket. Jameis felt, you see his shoulders tighten up, and then he kind of put touch on the ball over the outstep because he threw it over defenders that was jumping up to try to smack the ball. I was like, yeah, I see I see the intricate things. I pay attention to that stuff because I can see, I was like, okay, he feels the pockets, and he's going to be fantastic, man. He's going to be fantastic. All right, let's keep it going here. No, nothing Derek Isaac on Eric McCoy yet, my friend. I'm probably saying I just looked for that. Nothing on him right now. Dwayne said, Big Q, do you remember Stills and Lance Moore clown? Yeah. Kenny Stills, a lot of people was comparing him to Lance Moore, that he was a Lance Moore type wide receiver. And he was looking more like his game is very similar to Lance. I would say, sure hands, could block, could play inside and out, would hurt you, very slick. Very, I ain't gonna say irky jerky, but you ain't gonna get a clear hit on Kenny Stills. He's just too slick, and I like him being here, man. He's gonna be very good talent. But yeah, that's true. They did compare Kenny to Lance Moore, which is not a bad comp, to be honest, which is not bad at all. Jamal says Troutman bet not become Dan Arnold or Q would put him. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you had to put that on the shirt, man, because listen, I had to remind people in that NFC Championship game that Dan Arnold dropped the touchdown pass. He catches that touchdown pass, the Saints win that game. So, I mean, we look at the referee and say the referee blowing the call. That's an obvious thing. But people often get in their feelings, and it was so glaring of a bad call that flash froze in our minds, and we just washed out of our short-term memory or long-term memory, whatever how you want to phrase it. The fact that Dan Arnold dropped the touchdown pass. He catches the touchdown pass, you beat the Rams. So which more egregious, the call or him dropping a touchdown pass? You know, I mean, I guess they equally footed if you ask me, but you had an opportunity to win that game if he catches the touchdown pass. So we forget that because of the egregious call. So, I mean, but yeah, that's why I put it on the shirt to remind you, hey, Dan Arnold dropped that goddamn ball. You know, we had the game in our hand and we should have won it like that. But, you know, you see how it go. Jamon says we got Carolina up next and Mr. Sam Darnold, run for your life, boy. Yeah, that offensive line, it's going to have a problems. And their offensive line is not as good as Green Bay's offensive line. So it's going to be intriguing. Thank you, Hoodie. Hoodie says that. Oh, okay. Okay, my friend. Yeah, it's at the Pro Shop, Hoodie. Thank you for your super chat, bro. The Pro Shop, the link's in the description section below. We got all kind of stuff at the Pro Shop. And thank you for the segue, bro, because I just want to let the family members know we were working on some gear for the Pelican post-game report, several styles. We got some shirts coming up for the black and gold, too. I'm a little late because I usually have the Saints gear ready for the season, but I've been kind of busy doing other stuff. But I'm saying I've been looking at it, and I got to get the rest of it's done, and I think I'm in the clear to get the rest of that the design work done. So yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of shirts coming to the Pro Shop for this season. So a whole bunch of new designs, a whole bunch of new gear for the Great Saint Think Tank and the Pro Shop. So yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have some new hat designs and the Pelican post game report gear, our Pelican people, the flock gear, all kind of stuff, man. It's coming, family. It's coming. So just be patient with your boy. It's coming. It's coming. All right, like I said, it's on deck, fam. It's on deck. It's on deck. It's coming. All right. Thank you for that, fam. Craig says he was too soft. Yeah. Slim says for the Saints to be in salary cap hell, they did a pretty good job on roster moves they made. I would say so too. Slim, you absolutely right, man. You right. For them, bro. I mean, and that's, you know who that is, bro. I'm Slick Mick. Slick Mick. That's what they call him, Slick Mick, Slick Mickey. Yeah, he did a wonderful job with that, man. Well said, bro. It just goes to show you the wonders, the magic of Mickey Mouse Loomis. He does it all, fam. I just got to give it to him. Arch says some Raider fan may have had a heart attack right now. Raiders going to mess around and lose the game. Yeah, the Raiders, man, listen, I don't know. I wouldn't have gave Gruden that kind of money, but hell. Zach Williams said Raiders going, all right, I said that. Ramsey says, hey, Q, as long as Paulson and Debo keeps playing like he does, Stephen A will learn how to pronounce his name. Yeah, he called the man, what do he call, Adabo? What do he call them? Audible? Edible? Or, I don't know what he said. He said some craziness. Damon said, hey, Q, I've been saying I didn't have faith in our tight end position, but Juwan Johnson's proven me wrong. I think Troutman will be okay, but those drops are eye-opening. Thoughts on that? Yeah, well, we talked about Juwan being a great move. He was a natural, man. I mean, he screamed tight end. When you see how big he is, how physical he is, he was, his thing was catching, he was a red zone guy. Red zone weapon. You throw the ball up, he jumps up and get. He's a big physical guy, great blocker. He was blocking guys, wide receivers, defensive backs out of the play. The only thing about the tight end position, when you make the jump from wide receiver to tight end, can you block bigger people? Can you block defensive linemen? Can you block linebackers? That's what it comes down to. And Juwan Johnson is strong enough and physical enough. It was a natural born move. And when he got there, he got into a room and they had severely less athletic talent than him. They had people putting Garrett Griffin ahead of him. I was like, hell no. So Juwan Johnson got past the guys, and he got past Nick Vannett, who, if Nick Vannett was healthy, he would have still got past him. You know what I'm saying? Because of his athleticism and the ability to get downfield. And now he's challenging Adam Troutman for the starting position. 2 touchdowns in one game. He was blocking his ass off in the game. Physical talent. He's ready. And just like the trend, we talk about the Saints wide receivers, the 3 wide receivers, not including Deontay Harris, who's ready to step up in his own right. But when you talk about Marquise Callaway, LaJordan Humphrey, and Jawan Johnson, these guys were the 3 hit last year that we was talking about that were super talented. And each one of these guys is stepping up this year and having contributions in there. LaJordan Humphrey, Callaway stretching the field for you. LaJordan Humphrey making plays, blocking and catching. And Jawan Johnson catching touchdowns and blocking as well. So those guys, remember those 3 undrafted wide receivers all came on the Saints squad right around the same time. And they all are making contributions this year. That's what it takes to be successful. When you can get the most out of your undrafted talent. We talking undrafted talent. Guys that are the cheapest money on the roster. And these guys are making plays for you like they were starters. Like you drafted them in the higher rounds. If you can get production out of your undrafted players, you're gonna be special. And that explains, to Slim's point, why the Saints can do this type of stuff and win, because they're getting the very best out of the cheapest talent on the team. Elbert Huggins, Shai Tuttle, Malcolm Roach, Christian Ringo. None of these guys are making big fat dough. Granderson, passing you ain't getting paid heavy dough either. None of these guys. But you getting money out of them. Pastor ain't undrafted, but you're getting out of your young undrafted talent. You're getting something out of that. It's big. It's really big. So even Kelvin Throckmorton, you look at Kelvin Throckmorton, he came in there when McCoy went down and played okay. He had a little penalty there, but outside of that, he looked pretty damn good in that game, man. He stepped in there with Will Clapp going. Usually Will Clapp will come in there, but he stepped in there and played a pretty damn good game. So the Saints handling up, man. I just got to give them so much credit. I can never say much about the Saints this past game. I just love how they making moves, and this is how winners do. This is how we win. This is how we supposed to win. That's how we do it. Any adversities come up, any hurdles, any obstacles, we either go through it or over it. That's the mentality. We will not be stopped. Regardless or not, we won't give up until we get the goal, and then we don't quit. We not quitters. Hoodie, thank you, fam. Says we would be more scarier than the Bucs if we didn't have salary cap problems and kept everyone and have the pieces we have now too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, fam. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I agree with you. All right, fam. I'm going to say a few more and then we're going to head out. Thank you, Ramsey, for your comment. Damien, you too, fam. Thank you for that. All right. And Hoodie, thank you for your super chat, my friend. Appreciate all y'all with the super chats, my brothers and people, my queens and kings. Thank y'all. All right. All right, Tyrone, who that to you said, who that Saints made the Packers QB look bad? I know. We know how it all goes. Derek says, don't forget the mental mistake made by Troutman. Sean won't stand for that. Yeah, he got to clear it up, bro. He got to clear it up, and I think he do. Says, Troutman is feeling the pressure of Jawan Johnson, man. And I think at a point, the job was kind of handed to him. Say, okay, Jared Cook's gone. You was with Jared Cook. Now it's your job. Nobody wasn't seriously challenging Troutman for the starting job. He was kind of just giving it to him because Cook was not there anymore. And Saints looked at him, okay, 3rd round draft pick. We drafted you. You're going to be the future of the team. And now all of a sudden you got an undrafted wide receiver turned tight end on your heels. Still in your reps. That will force Adam Troutman to get his ass together. I'm trust and believe he's going to get that together. And he's gonna step up and play. You ain't seen that Adam Troutman, not by the long shot. All right, what's up, Mocha? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you. Arch says, is the owner of the white suit? He looks more like Chucky than Brandon says, who do you think will be the 2 deep threats on the outside? Well, I think the Saints they'll activate Kenny Stills, but I would throw Deontay Harris and Marquise Callaway in there. But Deontay Harris, once again. The Saints bringing Kenny Stills on. Why? Do they feel like they have an issue with something? Is this a premonition? Are they hearing something about Deontay Harris? I'm just saying, they're trying to improve the wide receiver room. That's one thing. But could this be a move because they feel that Deontay Harris suspension is coming sooner than later? Remember, the NFL suspended Deontay Harris for 2 games. And it was supposed to start. We covered this, I don't know how many shows ago. We do like 40-something damn shows a month in content, but I get lost sometimes. But I remember, y'all remember, we did a show, it was a ways ago, covering Deontay Harris when he had the DUI. We covered it. And I'm telling you off top, I don't know when it's supposed to start, but any day now, I'm saying that he could. Right when we started rolling with Deontay Harris, then Goodell come and take him from us. So I mean, remember what happened with PJ Williams when PJ was balling? And he had that DUI, I think it was. He was on there drunk. Remember that I think he was on the crest on the. Thank you, Hoodie. Thank you. You said adversity. Need to play Davis' speech from yesterday, man. Play it for everyone who didn't hear it was fine. Yeah, I heard that, bro, man. DeMario Davis, man. I'm telling you, remember when Drew Brees got hurt and missed those games? DeMario Davis was doing all that. He's a natural, man. DeMario Davis, and that defense mirrors DeMario's intensity, his childlike. I mean, his I don't want to say childlike, but his fun and free nature, his aggressive, fun and free nature. That defense looks like a bunch of DeMario Davises running around in there, slapping hands and jumping up and doing Kamehameha waves and all this kind of stuff. They mirror his temperament. He's the leader and he's the middle linebacker. He's the leader in the middle of the defense. He calls the plays and sets up everything, makes sure everybody lined up. DeMario Davis, that defense mirrors DeMario Davis. And Quan Alexander is just like a baby DeMario, man. He's awesome, man. I mean, those two together, man, people don't realize how special of a tandem DeMario Davis and Quan Alexander is. And he missed all that time and came up in here and went right back to what it was before he got hurt in the Christmas Day game. You remember how he was playing? Man, he came right back up in there and did the same stuff. He didn't skip a beat. That guy's a natural in the Saints defense. Absolute natural. I mean, it's just amazing, man. They don't understand. All right, Ram said, Q, I forgot calling our secondary the Legion of Boom. Instead, we are the Legion of Broom because we sweep the offense out of here. That's funny. Thank you, Ramsey. 504 Cole says, still a good deep threat. I think you're right, Big Q. Thank you, 504. Much love to you, fam. Appreciate you being in the stream. Brother Damon said, hey, Q, people haven't mentioned our special teams. Gillikin looks amazing. Yes, indeed. Yes, Gillikin was kicking the hell out of the damn ball. I mean, Gillikin, man. Bro, like I said, good point, Damon, because we talk about Drew and Jameis replacing Drew, but we had another first ballot Hall of Famer punter who left with Drew Brees this previous year, and it was Tommy Morstead. I mean, he held that punter job for years. Nobody even came close, and Gillikin comes in there and make you forget about Tommy Morstead. Now, that needs to be said. Gillikin is a hell of a kicker, man. Big-time kicker. Coach Rizzi, the assistant coach, Galliano, was the one that mentioned him because Galliano has ties to Penn State, where Gillikin came from, and had him come down here. So, yes, well said, Damien. We got to mention Gillikin, man, kicking the hell out of the ball. All right, what's up, Marvin? Who that to you, brother? Good to see you in the chat. Tyrone, what's up, fam? Y'all know they're anticipating he won't be out for long. But look at the bright side. You get to see Peyton Turner. So we see Paulson and Debo in week 1. We get to see Peyton Turner in the second week. So I'm intrigued with that as well. All right. Yeah, he was a part of that 06 draft, Todd. Yeah, imagine that. Since he took that 06 draft, the Saints, I think they moved up several picks to go get Morstead out of SMU. And I remember at the time saying to myself, what the hell are we giving all these picks away to go get a punter? Well, guess what? You had the punter for years, up until last year. And now Gillikin's in there, man. I mean, it's just phenomenal, man. The Saints continue to turn out talent. We absolutely awesome, man. That's all I can say. We're awesome. We're awesome. I mean, we're awesome. Hooded Jupe says, Breeze made me laugh when he said Winston is what we're missing. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, Drew got a sense of humor, man. He really do, man. But he knows what time it is. Yeah, thank you, Hoodie. But that'll be it, fam. Listen, I appreciate the family members. We got over 200 people in the stream. Please feel free, family, if you hadn't already hit the like button, do me a favor. Hit the hell out the like button. Do me a favor. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and join the Great Saint Think Tank, the Who Dat Nation. Join us. We always talk about passion here. We real. Ain't no agenda here. Our own agenda is to keep it real and tell the truth on my black and gold Saints. And bust all these bullshit narratives that these scumbag media people who want to give all of the credit to the rest of these teams having bad games against the Saints as opposed to give the Saints the credit. But we give them all the credit in the world because we keep it real. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you. Also, please feel free to share our links on your social media feed. Take them and share the hell out of them with other Saints family members, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, fam, remember, if you like the show as well, Feel free to check our Patreon out. As you can see right here, the Patreon is listed right here, the Pro Media Network. Every Tuesday and tomorrow, that's where we'll be. You probably won't see us on it, but we'll be on our Patreon Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we got a lot of content. I don't know how many shows, well over 70-something shows. I won't see if TSC Q&A Live, which is a Saints show we do on Patreon on Tuesdays. Also, if you're a Patreon person, you'll have access to On Cue with Big Q, our new show where we talk about that real stuff. I'm working on another On Cue with Big Q family. I'm just trying to get my schedule back together after the hurricane stuff kind of shook everything around, so y'all be patient with me. But On Cue with Big Q is coming. And for our YouTube members, I appreciate y'all as well. And our Patreon champions, our YouTube member family as well. They get to see the TSC Q&A live shows as well. So if you want to see that, all the links in the description section below. Merch is down there. We got several merch stores that's available. And like I said, we got tons of new merch coming out soon for the new season for the Black and Gold. And if you're a Pelican person, for the Pelican post-game report, we got a flock gear coming that's really, really nice gear as well. So y'all be looking out for that. I promise you guys that'll be coming real soon. I'm working on that. That's my next project right now, to get that finished and get that out to the family members as soon as possible. What's up, T Mama? Good to see you, baby. Much love to the Queen. Good to see T Mama in the building. Good to see you, girl. I hope you're all right. Everything going all right for you. Much love to you, my friend. All right, big ups. What's up, Tess? Thank you, Tess. Much love to Tess in here as well. Good to see the Queens in the building. I hope all y'all doing fine, man. Much love to you guys. Appreciate y'all so much. All right, so with that, all the Queens in there: Tasha, KK, T Mama, Lori, Demi, Muse, KB, Annie, all the Queens, man. You know we got love for the Queens, man. Much love to the Queens. All right, so with that being said, nah, you the MVP, T Mama. Nah, T Mama, you the MVP, baby. You the MVP. I was missing the hell out of you, girl. I was like, where T Mama at? What's going on here? Let me see where she at. So it's good to hear from you. And as well, you know, it's crazy times, man. We got to stay in contact with each other, man. We got to, fam. It's crazy times out there. Got all kind of stuff going on out there. Perry Harrelson, who was a former linebacker for the Saints, he passed away. Rest in power to that brother. He passed away at 37 years of age. Man, I tell you, man, age don't even matter, man, with all the craziness in the world right now. So that's why we got to stay in contact with each other, man. We all family, man. And I have to make sure everybody, I'll be like, man, where is, that's why it was good to see Brother Davis chime in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard from him in a long time, man. So, I mean, it's good to see. I know some of the family be listening, but and they don't catch the live streams. But just to let you know, family, I be looking out for y'all, man. I be really thinking about y'all. It's tough. It's strange stuff going on out here, man. Y'all just be safe. Stay prayed up, family, for real. All right, so with that said, I'm gonna chop out on that. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, family. Y'all stay safe, and we'll see y'all later. Who that to you? I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoDatDaily.com is your site. The WhoDatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
Big Q from the Sports Coma. Much love to the family members. Appreciate y'all. The PRO Media Network is back at it again. Last year we gave away several PS4s and games. So this year we're raffling off a PS5. To enter for your chance to win, simply click the link below and fill out all the necessary information to be eligible. Sign up for the raffle. It's $25 to enter. You gain an opportunity to win a system, the PS5 system. Like I said, it's a one remote and everything in it that goes with the full system. These things are hard to come by. It could be yours. Into the raffle today, $25 get you in. There's also a deal when you buy more than one ticket to up your chances of winning. Jump in there. It benefits the platform as well. So feel free to sign up for the first annual PS5 raffle from the Pro Media Network. Thank you for participating and much love. Big ups to you.